Hi everyone, welcome to another crochet tutorial with me, Laura, and in this video I'm hopefully going to be showing you how to make these Kanzashi flowers, and I'm filming this on my phone so I can do quicker uploads so I don't have to do loads of editing. So hopefully I can film this unedited, we shall see. Now these first appeared on an Instagram live and since have been lost in the ether of Instagram, but I wanted to recreate these for YouTube so you can make them again if you can't watch that tutorial. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some yarn. And you can use any yarn that you like for this project. I just happen to be using an Aran worsted weight yarn. So it's a yarn weight of 4 for this flower. And with that I'm using a 4mm G crochet hook. But you can use any yarn, any hook that you like. So we're going to start off with a slip knot. And we're going to do a chain 4 loop. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to put our hook into our first chain, bring the yarn through and straight through the loop on your hook. So you've got a little 4 chain loop. My camera wants to focus. Then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 2 and 3. We're going to count that as a double crochet. So this pattern's in US terminology. So in UK terminology, that's going to be a treble. And then we're going to yarn over and we're going to do a proper double crochet in the center of this 4 chain loop. So we're going to put our hook into the middle, bring the yarn through and do a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to do 2 double crochet in the center of this 4 chain loop as well. So go back in there and do 2 more double crochet. 1 and 2. And we're going to repeat that all the way around until we've got 5 groups of 2 double crochets. So we're going to chain 2 again, 1 and 2. Then do 2 more double crochet in the center. 1 and 2. Okay, you might want to move your stitches around. Then we'll do that again, chain 2 and then do 2 more double crochet, just wrapping it around those 4 chains. 1 and 2. I think we're going to do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so we're going to chain 2 and do 2 more double crochet. 1 and 2. Okay, so we've got 5 groups of 2 double crochet. Finish up with chain 2, get our last 2 chain space, and we're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain, top of these 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, find that 3rd chain, and we're just going to slip stitch into there. Okay, so you've got something that looks like this little shape here, and you should have 5 2 chain spaces. Now we're going to create the actual petals. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. And we're going to do 2 double crochet in the top of that first double crochet stitch. So in that stitch at the top we do 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. But now we want to do 2 double crochet wrapped around the double crochet post below. So these are going to be front post stitches. So first of all we're going to yarn over and then we just put our hook to the right side of that post and go underneath it, coming out the left side. So it's just going underneath that double crochet. Then we're going to grab the yarn and bring it underneath, and then we just complete the double crochet as normal. Okay, so it's a double crochet front post stitch. Want another one of those, but be careful to make sure that stitch, that stitch is out of the way, so just move it up. We're going to go underneath that stitch again, bring the yarn underneath, keeping it to the left of your last stitch, do another double crochet. Okay, so you've got 2 wrapped around there now. Then we're going to chain 2 and we're going to slip stitch under that post as well. So again, go onto that post again and bring the yarn underneath, then straight through the loop on your hook to do a slip stitch. So it looks like that. Then we want to find, then we've got a 2 chain space in between, and we're going to ignore that and find this next first double crochet, the first of these 2. And what we want to do is turn our work upside down. Okay, so turn your work upside down, keeping an eye on where that next double crochet is. And this time we're going to go underneath that double crochet, but we're going from the opposite side. So if we come back around this way, you're kind of going backwards instead. But if you turn your work upside down, you're still going from right to left. And the first thing we're going to do is a slip stitch. So we're going to bring the yarn underneath and straight through the loop. Then we're going to chain 2. You can start to see your work a bit better. Just pull that slip stitch down, and again keeping your work upside down. I'm going to yarn over, and still going from right to left, just underneath that double crochet. We're going to do a double crochet, and we want 2 of those. So again, going from right to left, do a double crochet front post stitch. Okay, then we're going to turn our work back round, and then we find our next double crochet and find the stitch at the top, and in that normal stitch at the top we do 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, and then we repeat what we did over here. So keeping it the right way up, we find the next double crochet just below that stitch, and then going from right to left, do a double crochet front post stitch. And we want 2 of those, that's 1 and 2. Okay, and then chain 2. So if this is a bit fast for you, then I highly recommend just going back and learning the double crochet front post stitch and maybe coming back to this tutorial if it's a bit complicated. So now we've chained 2, and again we're going from right to left, and we're just going to do a slip stitch to bring the yarn underneath, keeping that yarn to the left of your stitches, and bring it straight through the loop on your hook. Okay, so you've got your first complete petal. This first one here is just half a petal, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find the next 2 double crochets, turn your work upside down, go from right to left under this next double crochet post, which is really fiddly to show on camera slowly. But to go from right to left upside down, so do a slip stitch to begin, chain 2 to get the height, then move that slip stitch down, and again keeping it upside down, go from right to left and do 2 double crochet. So that's 1, push it down, another 1, 2, then turning your work back round, find your next double crochet here and find the stitch at the top and do 2 double crochet in that stitch, 1, 2, then we do 2 double crochet around the stitch below. So keeping it the right way up, go from right to left, do a double crochet. You want 2 of those, then we chain 2, and we're going to slip stitch around that post as well, going from right to left, grab the yarn straight through the loop on your hook. Okay, then we find the next 2 here, turn it upside down, and if it's easier you can just grab that next post so you know where you're going, put your hook underneath. That's actually harder for me. So going from right to left, do a slip stitch to begin, then chain 2, and you can see what we're doing a bit better, and then upside down, right to left, do 2 double crochet, 1, 2, and then turning it back way around, the right way around, find the next post, and at the stitch at the top we do 2 double crochet, then post underneath, go from right to left and do 2 double crochet front post stitch around that previous double crochet post, 1 and another 1, then we chain 2 and also slip stitch under that post, and then we're moving on to the last 2. So this is our next post, so turn it upside down, go from right to left, do a slip stitch to begin, chain 2, 2 double crochet, keeping your work upside down, going from right to left, 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, then turning the stitch the right way back round, so my work has got knotted. No, don't knot. There we go. Right back round, and then find the next double crochet in the stitch at the top. We do 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, then 2 double crochet front post stitches around the post below, keeping it the right way up this time, 1 and another one, then chain 2 and slip stitch around that post as well. Okay, so now we're back at the beginning and we've got half a petal here, so we need to find that first double crochet post. Get my tail end out of the way. So these first 3 chains we did at the beginning, that's our first post. So we want to turn our work upside down and then put your hook from right to left. And first of all do a slip stitch. It's the same thing. We then chain 2 and do 2 double crochet around that post as well, around those chains as well. 1 and 2. Then turning the right way back round. Can't speak. We're then just going to slip stitch into the top of those chains up there. As neatly as you can. Slip stitch into there. And there we go. There is our completed Kanzashi flower. And we can cut our yarn. I get some scissors and a yarn needle. We can just cut our yarn and then we can pull that loop through, and then we're going to hide our tail end on the back. I am all fingers and thumbs. I feel like I haven't crocheted for ages. Too busy painting. And then we're just going to sew to the back, neaten off that petal, turn it over, and then you can just sew down to join the other tail end. And you can use these tail ends to tie onto something if you want to, or you can trim them down. Entirely up to you. But there we go. There is our little finished flower. Kanzashi flower to go with our other flowers, and these are just made using different weight yarns, different coloured yarns. So this was, I think, a GK yarn, and this one was even thinner than that, I think, a 4-ply yarn. But there we go, that's our little flower tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed that little quick smartphone filmed tutorial, and I'll hopefully see you soon for some more crochet fun. If you want to follow me on Instagram at Happy Bird Crochet, I did share recently some new projects that are hopefully coming up. I've got a sushi set which hopefully will be coming out soon, and yeah, but thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.